So y'all, Robert just come by and he cut my grass again. Like when I went outside, he caught me off guard. He caught me on the porch and he just pulled up on his lawnmower from literally right across the road. And it, like I said, it caught me off guard. But so look, he's like, you want me to hit it? And I'm like, go ahead and knock it out. You know, like and he's like, okay. So he starts mowing, but next thing I know, I hear the mower stop. And I come to see what's going on, like just make sure he's okay and situated. And he's talking to somebody, like there's a white female out there. And now I'm like, you know, I have to put my stuff back on, put my fake teeth back in to go outside and break this up, you know, because you can't do that here, okay? And you can't be trying to exchange information about me or my property. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you're not talking to me. Okay, and I don't got nothing to do with you. So I come out, she's like, oh, I thought you were, she's like, hi. And I'm like, hi. And she's like, oh, I thought you were, I was wondering what happened to you. I'm so used to seeing you or whatever. And I was like, who are you? She was like, oh, I live right here. So she's the neighbor. I didn't know. And I didn't remember her face from the last time. Like, I briefly looked at them when they asked me about the trash. It was one of them. Okay, so, and she goes on to tell me, and he tells her, he said, you go out there and you talk to her. And I said, no, I'll give me a moment, you know, and I'll come there or whatever. And so when I got to the end of my driveway, I told her, I said, you know, like, we'll talk over here. You know, I don't like people in my yard. And, so, and she wasn't offended. She took it well. I just told her I'm, you know, very to myself. I don't like people, you know. And she, went on about, you know, how they started being concerned about the yard. And oh, here he comes. He's back already. Boy, are you quick. Boy,
where's the boots? Size 9.
Dude, I will definitely wear these. You got good taste. You got real good taste.
I hope you wear size 9.
Nice job on these.
Yeah. They're brand new.
Let's see what these tomatoes look like. Oh yeah, right, like you said, right out the garden.
Yeah. They had 8 bags and I bought 4. I gave old Michael where one did my water well. I gave him two deals of it and his daughter. I said, I'll let you take them over to his daughter because old husband is jealous son of a bitch. And I said, then when you see her, just tell her I gave them to her. No, I think the yard would be pretty good.
Okay.
Well, you can look at it there, so if
Yeah.
looks like it need a.
No.
I guarantee it's rougher now than it was.
Oh yeah.
It's rougher.
Yeah.
And if we can buy a lawnmower over at M&M, and they got some over at Air Riser.
Okay.
I don't know, they got a little
Good
Air
price
Riser.
for them?
Huh?
Or is it a good price for them?
And we walk in there in the house, and the mosquitoes won't eat you up.
No, that's okay.
Don't bother me being in your house. Indians will be in probably next week sometime on their yards down there. You gotta see them big
They
old.
don't rent them out?
No, you gotta see them big old lawnmowers they use.
I did. I see them
They're
just blow through there real quick.
70 inches.
They blow through there.
10,000 what's them? No, them things. I don't know them as one I looked at 17,000 lawnmower.
17? 1
Yeah.
7?
17,000. It had.
I seen them come to a park. They unload them and they go out there and just blow right through it.
Then go back weedy. If you decide to put right, we'll have to go right here. Those water feet right there and the heifer eat them, they'll be coming in your yard all the time.
I already considered that. Just like this meter over here, I'm going to have them build around it. So they'll be able to like walk in, you know, and access it if they need to. I might even put a little gate on it.
Yeah. Well, the gate be all right there. Let them.
What about the pipeline?
Well, you'll have to get the city, come up here and mark
That's
where
what I
the
was thinking.
where the lines are at.
That's what I was thinking.
Because you got to remember where the sewer lines are
Mm-hmm.
and the water lines.
Okay. Fair.
I figure water lines come from where the hydrant is, come
Yeah.
over in an angle over here to it.
All right. Well, Robert, I'm gonna get out of here.
Why?
Yeah.
Is
Is that supposed to be down?
Huh?
Is that window supposed to be down, or is it?
I'll let you down because Mike got his out of here and we're gonna got it
Oh, okay.
rolled back up.
Okay.
You can crawl through there. I can't. I get hung tight.
I can't probably fit.
I can't. I won't even crawl through the big glasses.
No.
What are you gonna do tomorrow?
I'm not sure
We're
what.
gonna have corn dogs up here tomorrow at the center. Corn dogs and onion rings. I'm not sure about the corn dogs.
Really?
I think I'll just. I might not even get out of the house tomorrow.
Really? I don't know, man. You keep going, so you gonna find something to get into.
These pants, and everything I got on, going to the washing machine and that. They be walking by themselves.
That's funny. I said I was gonna start washing, but I'm gonna do it at 2 a.m. I'm gonna be up late again, so I'm gonna do it around 2 a.m.
What, walking?
I don't wash. Oh yeah.
What's that water bill?
No, my water bill.
It'd be over $100.
Yeah.
$10.
Yeah.
That's how mine is. I don't even water outside.
Me either. Look, I did it one time, and you know my water bill was already 90 plus. So I'm like, I can't afford to.
See, I don't have no bills comes out on me now.
I can't afford to water. This yard is too big to water. I'm like, I'll let
Unless
nature
you're getting plants out here.
let nature take care of it.
Next year, you want to put some mega plants and stuff, let me know.
Mm-hmm.
I got a feed trough. When you fill it up with dirt, you can do your.
Okay.
Nobody want to give me the money what I got in them.
Really?
I got one of them. I'm putting all my little junk metal in.
I'll pay you for them.
Use it as long as you want to. On the bottom, for plastic bottom. If we have to, we'll put more holes in them with water to run out better. They rusted out.
Yeah.
I give $130 a piece for them suckers. Back in the days, now I think they're about $50. The liner what cost you? You have to take a shower here in a minute. I'm gonna have to wash some clothes.
You said you gotta take a shower and wash your clothes.
I'm not taking no shower.
Oh yeah, you said you don't.
I'm taking them at night.
You're
Unless
gonna
I'm
wait
going
till in the
dancing,
morning?
That's the only way I'll do it.
You said you're gonna wait till in the
I'll
morning.
take you dance with me Saturday night. Who takes a Friday night with me? You won't be the only colored girl over there. Over there on Friday night. There's another black lady comes in there and her husband dances with everybody else. She don't dance.
Really?
And she don't care.
I absolutely dance.
Two-step.
Two-step.
You don't do two-step, we'll go Shawnee.
Little
Saturday
margarita.
night.
Work. You know.
Two-step, the only thing I do. We'll be on. You'll be on the color one up there. If it don't bother you, it don't bother me. You want to go? Then we'll go.
Okay, I'll think about it. I'll let you know.
That's Saturday night. I won't go back.
Tomorrow's
I won't go
Wednesday.
back unless I got a partner.
Tomorrow's Wednesday already. I'm scheduling for them to come out and do the cable. I'll think about it. Or not the cable, but the internet.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I found my couch. I was telling her.
Oh,
I found the
why I knocked on the door just to make sure you didn't need something else to store.
Oh.
I went down there today to go grocery shopping.
Did you
I
really?
went down there and ate, come home. I couldn't be out in the heat. Tearing my ass up. And this is the wrong shirt I'm wearing outside. My other two shirts are dirty. They won't be dirty. I'll have one of them on this morning. Blue under that little dark gray and or kind of dark black brown.
Yeah.
Hell, Steve's not bothering me. I stink so bad.
I got good blood.
One bit me over there by the tree was a little big old mosquito. He dead mosquito.
You know what happened to the big ones? Like
They're
in March,
still around.
there was nothing but the huge mosquitoes. And now there's these small ones that you never see bite you.
Talked to a lady friend from Tennessee last night. She said she went out and rode on a trail for 45 minutes and turned around and went back.
No
I
way.
said, why? She said, them damn deer flies ate her ass up, ate them horses up there. She said, I couldn't handle that. I said, you think deer flies come down here in Seminole, they'll eat you up down there too.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't ride till cold weather hit.
Yeah.
If you don't mind riding in cool weather, that's what we'll do.
Okay. All right.
If you can go sometime. I love to take you. Kids are supposed to have a birthday party.
Oh, you do have
Sunday.
that coming up.
Said I might take the horse out there.
I thought you were going to take the horse.
Too hot. You know what
Sunday.
you know what temperature is, Mark?
What?
106 index. About 103 for temperature. 100 today.
Mm-hmm.
And about 103 index. My sinus is bugging me. They won't bother me tonight. That's why I said I might sleep till noon. I'm gonna take a couple ounces of plus.
Okay.
Her cold mask.
Yeah.
Cold. I put about that much warm water in a glass, about that much.
Uh-huh.
And I down it.
All right.
It's down. I down my dad that way one day. He said, "Where's my glasses?" I said, "They're in that cup, drinking."
Ooh.
I'm scared I have no problem finding you.
Oh, leave me alone. Have a good night, Robert.
I'll see you later.
Okay, see you later.
When you want to eat them ribs sometime, let me know and I'll come up and eat with you.
You're gonna have some?
I'll eat some and cook them.
Okay. I cleaned them yesterday
Yeah.
and pretty much seasoned them and froze them. So I'll probably do some later this week.
Okay.
All right. So, back to what I was saying. I hope I have enough space on my phone. Man, that was the longest 12 minutes ever. So look. I caught Julie eavesdropping. Her clan and party of folks is gone. But look. So, you know, she tells me about that. She tells me about it. She said, you know, that her sister, I think she said her sister, man, I got more mosquito bites again. Them motherfuckers tear me up every time I go outside. I was just getting rid of the other ones. Anyways, so she told me she had some, like, I don't know if she said her sister, I think she said her sister works at the Buffalo Wild Wings in Shawnee. And she said there's a cop that goes in there regularly. She said she even asked the cop like about me, you know, or whatever. And she said the cop told her the bills were current and stuff like that or whatever. She said so knew it wasn't that, but they all got concerned when the grass got high or whatever. So look, and then she was talking about her trash, you know, and she claimed my dog got into it, but it's been like that. She said it just happened. I took a photo of it the day before yesterday. So but that's neither here nor there, you know. That's just a discrepancy. But she went on. This all takes place the same day that I find out that I was emailed about my grass. I never knew that I had been reached out to by the small town regarding my grass. And as I'm going through and I'm covering all my bases, you know, just double checking emails and stuff like that, I see this email that I either missed or they planted, one or the other, because you know they've been known to do it. And it took place 2 days before my birthday, and then, you know, I had the other issue on the 23rd. Okay, like on my birthday, where they called me and they said they thought I had a squatter living in my house. Okay, so that was also them. You know, she goes on and she starts to tell me that one night she heard a boom, and she said it was just a couple weeks ago. She said she heard a noise that something dropped. She asked, was anything out of place? Okay, so that was also something they orchestrated, okay, to get the cops out here. So if it weren't for them, communicating with the cops probably would have never took notice, because like I said, the cops are, they have access to town hall, and I kept town hall in the loop. It was no one else's business. I don't talk to nobody here, and I don't know nobody. So, and I'm going to try to keep it that way. So look, they ruined my motherfucking couch with the gophers and everything, right? And then she asks, can she clean it? She said she has a friend that has a new vacuum, and it has like a steamer on it. She asks me if it's okay for her to clean it, because it's a pretty piece of furniture, and I was telling her, what my plan of action was with it, that I was just going to try to let nature take care of it, and I was probably going to leave it outside forever. To be honest, I was going to leave it outside. It was just going to come an outside piece of furniture. If I wanted to sit under the tree, I would. And so she's like, no, she can steam it, and she can get, that stuff out. She said, if I give you my number, I'll text her, ask her, can I use it? And I asked her how much would I owe her to pretty much restore this piece of furniture. And she said she's one of those people, she likes to do stuff like that, so she wouldn't charge anything for it. She would more so do it for the experience. She got to talking about school. She goes to OCU in Edmond, and I told her, I said, I never seen the school while I was up that way, but I had been to the dealership, and I asked what she was studying. She's studying psychology, child psychology. And I was like, oh, and she tells me a little background about, the kids that they have over there. She says it's 3 adults that live there and 4 kids. And I told her, I said, yeah. But then we went back to talking about the trash, and she was talking about they need a 3rd can. And blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. And so then I cut it short with her, because he yelled at me when he rolled by one time. He said, move the hose from in the back. So, he would have to get off the lawnmower and do it. And I was like, okay. But then I talked for like another 5 minutes, maybe 10 after that. And I remembered, and I'm like, I told her, so that's when I brought our discussion to a close. But she was pretty much admitting to me that they're the reason why that stuff happened. When I went around the back to go move the hose, I noticed Julie was eavesdropping, trying to see what she could hear from her car. So she was, and the semi truck is gone now, and their company is gone. The hose wasn't, he had moved it himself. And so I come back around the front, and there he is, or whatever. And he stops, because he's pretty much done, and I have a talk with him. I tell him, I said, because his aunt had asked him, about the grass. He wouldn't charge me, and I gave him $80, for $80 of food stamps. Y'all all know, if you sell food stamps, they always sell them for cheaper. I gave him 80 for 80. Okay, like, just so, you know what I'm saying? 80 cash, all right? And so I tell him today, I'm like, and he's like, he'll cut it for me for nothing, and he'll continue to cut it, but it's more so about him wanting to be able to hit my property, okay? That's all that's about. He wants to be able to hit my property, and I don't have the tools for it right now. And like, after, it's weird, because when I was mowing with my weed eater, the 3-in-1, I didn't realize how big the yard was. And there was and pretty much this other side, the side over here, it didn't need to be maintained as much, I didn't have to cut it like I had to cut the other side. But when I rode his mower, like the riding lawnmower, and like traveled my yard that way, I realized how fucking huge, it's some distance to cover. And I can't do it with what I have. I need at least a walking lawnmower, like a real walking lawnmower. Okay, so the fight, I'm not fighting that no more. I'm not fighting not letting nobody do my grass no more. So I asked him, I'm like, if I give you $100, will you come once a week for the rest of the summer and the fall? And he's like, yeah, I'll do it for you. And I asked him, what kind of payment will he take? Because I have this Visa card, that has literally $100 on it. And I said, but if you don't want to take that, that's fine. If you rather have cash, I'll give you cash. And he said he'd rather have cash, so that's what we're going to do. And I told him, I said, the only thing is that I asked is that you don't keep up no company. I was like, I don't like people. I was like, so you can't be having people stop over here, and talk to you and stuff like that. And he was like, I know. He was like, but she, approached him. And I said, don't be telling nobody my business. Like, there's nothing to know. Like, it's so weird that so much conversation, it's really just guilt. Okay, so the guilt the conversation is coming from the guilt that's associated with how they painted the situation about me being gone. And so when you hear me tell it to them and you see them compute like what they're being told, you get what I'm saying. You can tell, like, you further know it's guilt, okay, that they were trying to look at it wrong. And she was just saying she always sees me out there at my fire pit, and she knows that I keep my yard nice and stuff like that, or whatever. And again, this all takes place today. I write City Hall about both sides. I'm like, since motherfuckers is complaining, and I don't like nobody, I go to war with anybody. Like, I'm telling on both of them, and I'm gonna put something on the record, and we're gonna establish this with code enforcement, so that if anything, if matters escalate, if anything ever becomes of it, like, I'm talking about, y'all, my lights stayed on, my bills, my utilities, and while I'm getting the fuck tortured out of me, okay? And these demons know it. These same motherfuckers know it. These are the same federal agents, okay, that are torturing the fuck out of me. On purpose, showing up to have these type of fucking conversations like you don't know what the fuck is going on. So anyways, I tell him, I'm like, long as you don't keep up no company. I was like, if somebody see you and they try to talk to you, I said, just tell them you'll get with them on your own time or whatever, but don't have nobody out here standing near or in my yard. Don't invite nobody into my yard. Like, don't have no conversation here. You can't do that. If you're here to do a job, you're here to do a job. And he said, okay. That's something he could do. And so he went on about his aunt again. His aunt asking him about, whether or not he was being paid, to do my grass. And he said he was telling her, that he wasn't being paid. I mean, that he wasn't going to charge. I can't but remember exactly how he put it, because he both said that that he told her that he wasn't charging me, or that I didn't have to pay him anything and something else. But he always, from the conversation, the dialogue that he's had with me about her, he was talking about how she's really nosy, and she always wants to know what he's got going on or whatever. And I was telling him, I'm like, she just really wants to make sure, no one's taking advantage of you. I was like, you're sweet on me. And I was like, I appreciate that. I was like, but I'm going to pay. And, this is the way I want things to be, and, I was like, so when she asks you again, I said, you make sure you let her know that I paid you and that I paid you in advance. Like, don't have her thinking that I'm trying to get over on you or that I'm using you. I was like, because she'll start a rumor. And I was like, I do a good job at staying out of all this, anything that's going on with this small town. And I said, I want to keep it that way. I don't want nobody saying nothing about me, because I don't have nothing to do with nobody. So that's what that was.